Some 160 Santa Cruz Metro bus drivers, represented by the United Transportation Union Local 23, have been negotiating the terms of their contract since April. Their latest contract expired in July, and continued talks have reached a stalemate. Various levels of pressure by union drivers, including pickets, work slowdowns, and a threatened strike, have so far failed to produce a deal. Bus driver Bonnie Moore, chair of United Transportation Union Local 23, lays out the main issues in the dispute.
It has to deal with medical and hours or work rules that the district is trying to impose that would basically cut our pay and wages.
Management wants to burden workers with increased medical costs, says Moore.
Our families are paying $413.90 a month for family medical. And come January 1, we will be paying an additional 9.11% on top of that. So, you know, it's going to go up to an additional, it's about $80 additional.
At their August meeting, Metro's board of directors voted to unilaterally impose what they call their last, best, and final offer, which they claim would lower medical rates for employees with dependents. But other issues aren't agreeable with union negotiators. Metro drivers' salaries start at about $34,000 a year, with step increases up to $51,000 after 6 years. Kim Need, who's been a Metro driver for 6 years, says they're not asking for a raise and are simply trying to maintain their status quo.
That's all it is. It's just keeping what we have. We're not asking for more money. We just want to be able to have a decent life, be able to afford our insurance, keep our retirement, and come to work every day and have a job to work at.
A strike is the last resort, she contends. To pressure the Metro Transit Board, drivers have refused to work overtime, meaning almost 30% of daily bus routes have been cut. Between 12 and 23,000 people ride the Santa Cruz bus system on any given day. While some understand the driver's position, many riders are also frustrated.
You know, it's kind of a catch-22.
Christine Au, who's been riding the Metro buses in Santa Cruz for 30 years, hopes a strike is avoided. She has no car and says the Metro bus system is her only way to get around.
Well, luckily, you know, I'm within walking distance. It's a long ways. It's about a 45-minute walk. But if it rains, you know, it's no picnic, and you know, a lot of people aren't going to be happy. But I have to do what I have to do, you know.
18 months ago, Cornelius Wiles was in a car accident which left him paralyzed from the waist down. He uses a wheelchair to get around. Wiles says the driver's demand for health care benefits is a just cause.
But, I mean, it's going to leave people like myself out just stranded as far as no transportation. Just got to come up with alternate transportation if that's what happens. But they're entitled to their opinion. So, hey, I mean, if I was in their situation, I would probably be striking right along with them.
UTU members had threatened to strike September 1st, but that date has been pushed back. A UTU press release says this was done to accommodate riders who rely on the buses as an essential service to get to jobs, doctor's appointments, and pick up first-of-the-month prescriptions. It also buys more time to reach an agreement. UTU negotiators and Metro Transit officials will sit down again with a state mediator on September 6th. If a deal isn't reached, a strike is authorized for September 8th. Again, UTU Chair Bonnie Moore.
Transit District needs to step up to the plate, take care of the workers.
Reporting for Freak Radio Santa Cruz, I'm Vinny Lombardo.
What do we want?
A contract.
When do we want it?
Now.
For how long?
3 years.
The driver's last contract expired in July. Various levels of pressure by drivers, including pickets and work slowdowns, failed to produce a deal. After months of talks with a state-appointed mediator, a tentative agreement was reached in early September. But Metro's board of directors rejected the contract last week.
Basically, they said, go strike. So we did.
Metro driver Bonnie Moore is chair of UTU Local 23.
For us, this is an unfair labor practice, bad faith bargaining, when the negotiating team signs an agreement and then it gets reneged upon.
Moore says the strike concerns monthly health insurance premiums, which now cost over $400 for a family of 4. But Paul Marcelin Sampson of the Metro Riders Union disagrees.
They've gotten what they asked for in health care. The family health insurance cost has been reduced from about $400 to about $100 a month through January, so they've gotten that.
Santa Cruz bus drivers start at about $34,000 a year, with step increases up to $52,000 after 6 years. They also receive 4 to 6 weeks of paid vacation time each year, with the option of taking an additional month of unpaid leave. Metro's general manager, Les White, says drivers are striking over a contractual clause which would allow them to retain benefits for this general leave.
2.72% of total salary in new money has been added to drive down the amount of money that workers with families pay for health care costs.
White says general leave was removed from the contract to make that a continuing lowered health care cost. According to Peter Prince, a Metro driver for 26 years, another sticking point is hours and work rules that the district tried to impose.
They've implemented work rules where it's impossible to be covered by the workforce we have. They need to have more drivers to cover it, and they've been refusing to hire for almost a year.
About 23,000 people ride the Santa Cruz bus system daily to get to and from grocery stores, jobs, and doctor's appointments. Thousands of students also use the Metro buses due to limited parking on campus. On Tuesday, UC Santa Cruz student Christina Vasquez waited for a cab.
Well, I hope that they get what they want. Nothing against the workers or nothing, but this kind of sucks for us, so I don't know what the hell we're going to do. At least I was kind of hoping that they give us like alternate options besides taxis, which are expensive.
UTU Local 23 Chair Bonnie Moore says drivers are sorry for the burden and hopes a deal can be reached soon.
The riders know us. They don't know the staff. They don't know staff management. They don't know the board. They know the bus drivers, and we know them. We'd rather be driving the public around.
Vinny Lombardo, Workers Independent News, Santa Cruz.